What is up, everybody? It is Panda, and for this review, we're reviewing Attack on Titan Season 2. Yeah, the best show in the world. No, but no, I like the show. It was actually good. I was actually up and down throughout this whole show, throughout watching it. But I don't think I need to explain what this show is. You're watching a Season 2 review, you probably already know what it is. Do I recommend it? Yes, I do. I do recommend it. If you watch Season 1, this is better than Season 1. So go watch it. It's good. But we're going to be getting in some spoiler territories here. Probably all spoiler territories. But for the most part, we're going to be getting into that right now. And what I have to say is it does a good job with the mystery. I have to say, going from Season 1 where you kind of have a little bit of a mystery there, not really. It's there, but there's not the same focus as the mystery is in Season 1 as there is in Season 2. I felt like Season 1 there was a lot of hopping around with different plots and whatnot that wasn't really focusing in on the major things. Season 2 seems like it's honing that all in, kind of refining it all, and moving forward with it in a really good way. And I'll be getting into that towards the end, which is good. I do feel like it was a little slow. For the first half of the show, I felt like it was a little slow, but overall, the pacing was pretty okay. I don't mind it. I don't mind that it was a little slow when you get better stuff with the story and some characters, which we'll be getting into. For the first part here, the character Ymir and Historia, they had a pretty good good focus this season, which I was really happy that we're actually going to get, that we actually got more with the characters, other than Eren, which is pretty bare bones shonen protagonist, don't care about you because you keep shouting the same thing every season, which we're gonna each episode or whatever, which we're gonna be getting into later. But it was nice seeing some more characters get some more focus around this season, which Ymir and Historia got a lot, but I felt like those flashbacks that they were doing did not work, in terms of I didn't know when they were in a flashback and when they weren't, and that was just from the decisions of when do we show the flashback and how do we show it in a way that is not intrusive. I don't know, all they had to do to make us because at the end of the episode they would show okay, Ymir is fighting as a Titan for the first time, and it's okay, that happened. Next episode, they're not fighting Titans, they're in a forest and they're walking along, and it seems like the Historia and Ymir are the last two. I have no idea if that's a backstory or if this is after that fight and they're just skipping ahead. I have no idea, or if it's before, if it's I have no idea. There was no indication that it was, and I know me and my friend who were watching this had the same kind of problem watching this. It wasn't, and it was there for a little bit. It got better, but I was just I have no idea if this is a backstory or not. Oh, and the halfway through the episode, you're just oh, it's a backstory. You're just okay, freaking should wish that was presented better, but it's fine. I was just it was just weird. It was weird the way they were doing it. It was not, I don't know. I was not a fan of what they were doing with that, but it was fixed after that. There's none of that later. Eren is a character, he was kind of nothing this season, and there was a reason behind that I guess in the last episode, which we will be getting into, which I do like a lot. But definitely when you have a character like Eren, who's very much a shonen protagonist, who really isn't anything, and he kind of just shouts the same thing over and over again, who kind of has this motivation, that's all he lives by, he really is boring. And when you try to do anything with him that makes you especially, which we're going to be getting into right now, which is the reveal of the Colossal and the Armor Titan, it doesn't work in the way that it should. I have no connection to Eren. I have no connection to Reiner. I have no connection to the freaking Colossal Titan guy, who I've never seen before. Or if I have, he is not a character. He is nothing. And that's the kind of the problem Season 1 had. There was a lot of people in it, but you never focused on him. You never did anything with him. Yeah, you did a little bit with Reiner, but not enough to make me go oh my gosh, he's the freaking Armored Titan. Oh my Jesus. No, but there's no care there. Like, there's nothing for me to grab onto and be like, oh. And I know they're trying to get you to, like, kind of look at it from Aaron's perspective, but I don't care about Aaron in, like, the slightest. So it just doesn't work when you have a character that you don't care about, plus when you have side characters that you just, like, I don't know who you are. I had to, like, I knew who Reiner was, but I was just like, who is that other guy? Like, I had to question it for a while. I had to look it up. I was like, okay, he was there for, like, in season 1, but, like, he didn't do anything. He wasn't, like, a character. Like, so I just thought that was very anticlimactic. I like the execution of the anticlimactic kind of reveal, though. Like, I don't mind it. Like, I really thought it was good the way they were doing it, with how, you know, like, he's kind of crazy, and he's just like, yeah, we're like the Titans, you know? Like, what's up? Like, you know, like, we're friends. Like, you know, like, I like that, but I felt like they should have built up Reiner, like, at least Reiner. Who cares about the other guy? But, like, at least Reiner as a character who is just as good as, like, just as important as Armin or Mikasa. Like, he should have been that kind of character, and I felt like it would have so much more weight if that happened, because it's supposed to be a moment where, yeah, it's a nonchalant reveal, but it's supposed to be like, oh my gosh, still. And I just didn't get that. Like, I didn't feel like it was good. The other thing I felt like wasn't good was after they reveal that they're the Titans, they start adding backstories in for these characters. Or they keep, like, they retcon a lot of stuff in. They're just like, oh yeah, like, yeah, I, like, helped you, which was shown in season 1. He, like, helped Aaron and whatnot, but it wasn't shown in the level that they were shown in the back. They're just like, in the backstories, they're just like, oh yeah, like, we were best friends and we talked a whole bunch, and, like, we were just as good as buddies as, like, Armin and, like, Mikasa. Like, we do, like, I was like, no, like, when? I was like, when? Like, yeah, you guys sat at the table maybe, but, like, you guys weren't characters. Like, you weren't on the same, like, there was nothing to you, like, in the season 1. Like, I'm sorry, but there wasn't. Like, and it really was, like, I don't like, I feel like this is bad writing, in my opinion, when you have to add you have to retcon a whole bunch of stuff in, to make the relationship seem like it was important after the fact when you do the reveal. It should have been done before that. And I think the creator knows that, because there's a lot of things that are definitely improved in this season and contradict this writing trope that he did with these characters, that he's doing with different characters this season, which we'll get into, which is with Ymir. CG on the Colossal Titan, I was like, okay, like, okay, like, you can stop. Like, CG on the Colossal Titan, it was bad, and I don't think they did CG on the Colossal Titan in season 1. I'm pretty sure. Like, I mean, he only showed up a couple times, but yeah, I felt like that was weird. It definitely, his proportions on his body were definitely weird as well. So yeah, getting into the Ymir backstory though, Ymir backstory was really well done, and it honestly is how you should do a character, or, like, at least do it better. It's not like that's the only way to do it, but do it better than what you did with Reiner and them, and they clearly know that, because they're giving us backstory in the first half of the season on Ymir and whatnot, and we're getting to learn more about her and Historia and their relationship, and how Ymir finds, you know, she kind of sees herself in Historia and wants to help her, and, like, they can help each other, you know, and, like, you definitely get all that. You're just like, that's great and everything. But then learning about her backstory in that little bit that we did know, and we get to learn more about why she wants to help Historia, and, you know, her in like everything, and you're just like, oh, that's nice. Like, I really like that you're like, I understand now. And it's also art, like, it was beautiful during that back scene. There's one, like, part, and you're like, oh my gosh, like, this is, like, the best thing I've ever seen in Attack on Titan. But yeah, it was just really well done. You get to learn more about her character, but also, like, you also, like, care about her, and, like, she becomes a character, like, that you can get behind, and, like, you're just like, okay, so now when she's doing something, especially, like, in season 3, or, you know, moving forward in the season, you're just like, I can get behind her, I care about her as a character. She's probably she's probably the best character in the show right now, and it makes sense. And the creator also, I think, changed that, so the backstory was told now instead of later. So clearly he knows that that's better to do for a writing perspective than what he was doing with the whole Colossal Titan stuff, giving that backstory later, you know. So clearly he knows as well that it's better, and that kind of proves my point that he kind of, kind of messed up with some things, but he's also fixing things in the show, which I do like. And I'm just like, that's great. That's great that you're fixing things and like it's actually working. Overall, this mystery of like who these titans are and the titan in the wall and like who's the freaking monkey titan, like you're just like, oh my gosh, like what is going on, and like what is happening. Like it's really well done. I really like it. It makes me like question like each episode. I was like, oh man, we're gonna get something this episode, we don't. And then I'm just like, you know what, I still feel satisfied, because you know why? Because it's presented really well and it's a good push. Like you're just like, okay, we do get some crumbs, we got like the little colossal titan and the armor titan stuff, you think that'd be a big reveal, and it was, but also like it's just like that's just a small piece in like the puzzle. Like we still don't know everything, and like I do like that, like it stretches along nicely, and I do like this 12 episode structure to keep going with this. It's really nice. The last episode had a whole callback to Eren and his mother and what was going on, and like his mother got eaten by that titan. That titan shows up and you're just like, oh my gosh, like clearly there's a big mystery here with these titans. It has to be a human titan, right? Like because like it has to be one of those because it shows up again. Clearly it would make no sense if it was just a regular one, or if it is, then clearly this titan's like there's just a mystery there, like it's really interesting. And it does a big callback where his like drunk uncle, like like friend in the first season and whatnot, like who was kind of like the town's watchman people, he died like in the same way his mother did. And having Eren kind of break down and be like, I am like I haven't changed, like he's just like, I haven't changed, I haven't progressed, I haven't like and I'm just like, yes you haven't. I'm like, you haven't progressed, you're still the same shonen protagonist, you're still the same as episode 1 as you are now. I'm just like, that's the problem. And I think the writer of the show knew it was and also like, I mean obviously the manga knew this was a problem, and he's just like, look, and we're gonna do it in a better way. He's fixing the problems again. Like if it's set up that way from episode 1, perfectly fine, and it's definitely great. And I do like that they're just like, yeah, and now he's going to progress forward. He's going to become a character that is more than just his like, I want to kill the titans because they killed my mother, or like, I just want to kill the titans because he was that way even before his mom died. But like like he's going to be more than that. He's going to become a character that you can that is more than just his one kind of motivation. He's going to be more than that, and I do like that. And we also got a little bit more in Mikasa, and she actually started breaking down as well, and I was just like, maybe we're going to get more in Mikasa as well. She's not just going to be the OP kind of protector of Eren. She's going to be more than that. And Armin did get stuff in the last season, which was good. I did like Armin in season 1. He didn't really get anything. Like, I mean, he's just like, yeah, we're going to go get Eren. I was like, cool. Like, you're his friend. Like, that works. But like, definitely with Mikasa and Eren, I was just like, that's really good. And I hope season 3 definitely fulfills on this. If it doesn't, then that sucks. But it definitely seems like that's what they're going to do for the most part. And it's just really good. We did get to reveal the monkey titan at the end of this, which is like, I'm pretty sure that's like Eren's dad. I'm not gonna like be 100% because like I'm not like one of those like, I know everything Attack on Titan and like I know the manga, and like, no, I just know like from backstory and like seeing his dad, and like he had those like glasses that like like the light reflects off, like that, like, so I was just like, that has to be his dad, right? Like, and that definitely I kind of called that, but also I was just like, yeah, that's cool, like that's his dad, and like that definitely sets up his season 3. It's like really cool, and apparently that reveals later on as well in the manga. And I was like, I just feel like this is way better. Like, I don't know, like I feel like if that wasn't there now, then it would just be kind of drawn out. And I definitely see that the original creator definitely knows that he can fix some things in the show that he couldn't in the manga. He can't go back and change it, so definitely he can change it with this, and I feel like it definitely does work, and I do like it. I can't wait for season 3 in 2018, if it does come out in 2018. It probably will, if they're going to do a 12 episode show like they did this season. But yeah, I would give this show a 7 out of 10. It was really good. Overall, this season starts to fix problems that season 1 had, while also giving a compelling mystery and good setup for season 3 next year. I really did like it. I'm not going to give any recommendations for the show because I feel like the show is a lot different than a lot of animes. I mean, I could recommend some shonens, but like I don't really want to recommend shonens because that's kind of boring. But yeah, I did like it, and definitely there is some problems that I felt like the show had to get past those problems, and they did try to fix it. But overall, it definitely does like move past it, and it does it in a good way. And I did feel like the second half definitely felt like, yeah, we're back on, like, yeah, like, you know, all that stuff, like, we're fixing the problems, like, all the things that are happening, like, yeah, we're moving forward, and it's really good. I definitely do recommend this show for everybody who wants to watch it, and probably they have seen it if you're watching this review, or if you haven't, then yeah, go watch it, because it's really good. But yeah, that's the review on Attack on Titan Season 2, 7 out of 10. Tell me what you guys think, and I will catch you guys later.